Okay, let's get into it, guys. I'm actually really excited for this video because I got to watch I Love Boosters last night. And wow. Wow. I okay, I'm not gonna lie, okay, wait, hold on, get into the fit. I was very excited to see this movie. I think when I first saw I think I saw the trailer on YouTube. Like I was just scrolling on YouTube and I saw it and I was excited because that part where Kiki was like, I was like, just give it to me. It's mine anyway. I was gagged. I was gagged. And that reminded me I really love because the first movie I really remember Kiki from was Akeelah and the Bee, and that was also a role where she majority of her character wasn't funny. Like she was there was comedy in it just because it was like awkward comedy. Like she just was kind of funny. And the rest of her character, you had to give her more context and nuance, and she was just in a hard situation, and her funny personality got to show. That's exactly why I Love Boosters worked so well, and I got to see my favorite kind of acting from Keke Palmer. Oh my god, it was just to feel that again, and then for her to come back from like a child role and then kind of bring something like that, but as a more formed person, like as a teenager, as a young adult, but she's also grown. It was just the cherry on the cake, and it was honestly a gift to really see Kiki act in this as this character. Um, I could see a few other people playing this role, but I really don't think they could have sold it because also Kiki is really good at playing new roles, being a weird character, and she's also not scared to go there. She's not scared to give it she's not scared to give it that. And a lot of actors really just can't do that. Even the ones that could play that, she really went there, and it was really good. It was really good. So first I wanted to go over what I was expecting. So I kind of already said that like I was expecting it to be funny. I was expecting it to be a little bit morbid, a little bit off, kind of like A24. You know when you go into A24, like it's you see the trailer and then they're not telling you everything, and you're gonna think you know where it goes, and then it goes hard left. It goes beeline, just takes a different turn. But you know that you're not gonna know. Um, that's what I was expecting for this movie. Yeah, I just had to pause that because the director Boots Riley, I watched his one of his movies um hold on. I watched Sorry to Bother You. I watched Sorry to Bother You, and that was my first movie from him, from Boots. And it was on the same track, but when I first watched Boots, I was like, okay, wonder where this is gonna go, and then it took a turn. And I was like, oh. So, and there was also there was a resemblance, like a pattern in this where I think he really growed. I really think he grew a lot. Because in Sorry to Bother You, the ending, it still took a turn, but the plot wasn't connective with the rest of the story, and it was more the ending was more fictional and more sci-fi, and the ending, the conclusion wasn't really something you could walk away from and be like, wow, I took something from that. I can learn from that. And and this movie, I Love Boosters, you kind of knew that since it was involving something you could relate to with like fashion, being young, being a minority. The ending, which I won't spoil it, the ending is something that you could take home with you. And that's why I thought this was a really good movie, because my favorite movies are ones that you walk into a movie theater and you come out feeling weird. You come out feeling weird because you're like, wow, the plot was so good, everything connected so well, and then it gave you a good enough ending that you could take with you and apply to like the overhead idea of your life. And that's why I liked it, because it was like, wow, okay, wow, like there was they he put in, and the writers put in a lot of things that, like, it was equally fictional, it was equally a funny story, a funny weird story, but also it really did give you some real life things. And also it was very fictional, and also I think since he gave us such a real story and a connective story, it was so perfect that he gave us this weird movie, this colorful movie. Like, the editing is something that you would see like on Adult Swim. Or like, it had multimedia animation, and it was just one of those movies that you just want to go in and have a fun time watching it. Like, you just want to bring some crazy snacks, bring your favorite friends, and just watch something silly. Like, that's exactly, it was a fun movie. It was visually a fun movie. And also, I guarantee you haven't seen a movie visually edited like this in a long time. And even if you don't understand the plot, or even if you don't connect with the plot, it was just visually fun to look at. And so many micro plots in it, and so many micro characters, they were just fun. And it's like, we need fun movies. Like, the set design was so colorful, the lighting was so colorful. They did all this on set. And it's like, even if you can notice it's not an expensive budget, even if you can notice it's not an expensive set, it was creative and it was colorful. What movie have we been talking about for weeks and it looked worse than the second one? The Devil Wears Prada. Like, that's been doing its rounds, and it's like, okay, we know what we're gonna get. The plot was different, it was better, I'll say, but it's flatter, and they did so much in post. But this is like, this movie is original, y'all. It's original. And it's also relative to 2026, and also it doesn't do any timestamps. Like, they don't put, like, those movies when coronavirus came out, like, started coming out, and people like started putting that in the movies, and it's like, that's corny. Like, don't put timestamps in a movie. Like, make it timeless. And that's also what this movie did. Like, they really kept it with the times, but also they didn't make it too specific to your life. Like, we're going into a movie to have fun and to get away from our real life. And that's it. Like, this movie, I Love Boosters, just really hits every point that you want in a movie, where you're just like, okay, yeah, that was good. Like, that was worth my money. That was worth my money. And it was fun. And also at the same time, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I felt really emotional at the end, just because it's been a long time since I felt a movie that just was fun to watch. The fashion was cool, it was weird, it was different. And also, I feel like the movie being low budget also made it more weird, and like more cooler and more different, and had its own style. Now, Boots has always had his own style, but this one, I think everything just came together. Everything came together, and because I was hoping it was gonna be a good movie. I was hoping that it was as good as I wanted it to be. Because I saw the trailer, and the trailer was short, and I was like, okay, I don't know how you're gonna make a full movie about this, but I'm shocked. So yeah, I was thoroughly surprised. And yeah, I'll leave that at that. I don't want to like reveal any too much. The characters, you know who's playing. Like, you know, we have Kiki Palmer, we have Lakeith Stanfield, we have Will Poulter, and then Demi Moore. Like, this is the cast, y'all. But then we had some new actors, new faces. Like, this is what we've been asking for, y'all. So we got Taylor Page, we got Poppy Lou, we got Isa Gonzalez, Naomi Aki, and then there was someone else who I really liked. Karis Dorsey, and then Rachel Walters. When I say every single new character, every single new actor in this movie, I I thoroughly enjoyed. It was just because the roles that they got were so fitting for them, and they didn't talk too much and talk too little. And also, they look good, y'all. They look good. They look really good. Also with the fashion, like, they was giving, and also they like look like original people. Like, we're not. I don't know. I don't know what the budget was looking like. I don't know what the goal was like, but it worked. The casting worked. I don't know where these people came from. I'm not deep in the cut like that yet. They were new to me, but they were good. They were good, and it was so refreshing. Like, I just keep thinking of the word refresh because it was really nice to see new characters to me, and then characters that you know bring a great story, and then it just worked well. Also, there's elements in the story that just like gives you a punch that you don't see coming, and it's really cool. I'm not gonna spoil it for you because I know you want to watch it and have a good time just as much as I did, so I'm not gonna spoil it. The next one was the plot was perfectly balanced. It was odd. It was different from what you see. It takes turns that you don't usually see take. They also expand on different parts of like the rubric of a story. And the way that they intentionally edit it, it's going to feel different, but it works. So like there was a lot of like awkward timing, like scenes were awkward, things were edited weird, like things were spaced out weird. And again, it just works. So like there was a balance of like negative space, lighting, like they took a lot of things out, they added things in, and it really did work. And it feels like they took risks on things that people don't usually take anymore with movies. And it was just like, wow. Like they and the funny thing is, like, they talked about very complex topics, and it's like only someone so creative and so comical and so understanding of an idea can take something so complex, make it funny, then make a joke about it, but then also actually use it in the plot, and then also explain it and use it as an actual storyline that they are correctly describing a complex idea. I'm not going to talk about it because it would be a spoiler, but it's like, how did you put that in there? How did you put that in there? And I know, like, Disney could never talk about this. Like, the big producers could never talk about these things. And this is why we need more funding for small creators. This is why, because it's really everybody else who isn't Disney and Pixar and stuff, like, they're the ones with the fun ideas. Like, they're the ones that's gonna get people in these movie theaters. And also, I don't know how well this movie is gonna do ticket sales wise. I think they were just kind of targeting like social media and like young people, but I don't know what that budget looks like, but I didn't see this movie trailer everywhere. But I really hope it does good, because this is a good movie, and I feel like on all fronts it's something. I think people just have to get in the movie theaters, because once they sit down, it's gonna be worth. They're gonna enjoy it. It's going to be enjoyed. I think it's just getting people to know about it, and then they'll get there. So, but we saw with Sinners that you can really do stuff with word of mouth. So I really hope that people enjoy it and people go and see it, because I really want another movie from Boots. It was just good. It's a movie I would go and tell other people about. I would definitely take my friends and watch it again, because it was fun. I had a fun time sitting down and watching it. It was colorful. There was blues and pinks and orange and fun clothes. And then cool actors who got to like be funny and weird and make jokes of themselves. It was just fun. Like, y'all, we can't play on playgrounds. We can't like throw stuff. We can't yell in public. We can't do nothing. Like, at least let us have a good movie to watch. Like, at least let us, and that's what this movie did. Like, we don't gotta be serious all the time. We don't gotta be business casual all the time. Like, and it was, yeah, I enjoyed the new characters. I enjoyed Kiki. I enjoyed Lakeith. No one acted bad in the movie, y'all. Like, nobody acted bad. And I think also individually, y'all will get a kick out of the new characters again. Like, I think y'all will have one or two of your favorites. I think you'll be able to like pick from more, but it was fun. Also, I think Kiki's music was in the background. It was hidden. It was hidden. So overall, I just really liked it. I might do a spoilers version, because that one's the one where like I really get to talk about the meat and potatoes, which I want to. I really do. But it comes out officially tomorrow or today. But yeah, it was good. I'm excited to talk more about this, and I hope people watch it. I think that's it.